Good afternoon. Tony Arroyo for BroadcastMyTalent. We're down at the Jacob Javits Comic Book Convention in New York City, and just over my shoulder, they're celebrating 75 years of DC entertainment. And we've got these displays with all these wonderful costumes throughout the ages. Imagine 75 years of telling stories. That's since World War II. Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, stories that have entertained generations from 8 to 80. And hopefully they'll be doing that for years to come. We're going to go around and see if we can scare up some more interviews from some of the big up-and-coming independents. We'll see what we can turn up. Hope you stick around. Tony Arroyo, BroadcastMyTalent. What inspires you to come down here today to dress up in costume and be part of this absolute crazy, wonderful madness?
That's a great question. Honestly, I've been doing this only for 3 years. My son inspired me to do this. When we first started doing this, we did it together. He was Robin and I was Batman. He was a Damian Robin and I was Dick Grayson Batman.
Damian Wayne.
Yeah, and I got hooked. He's still pretty hooked, but not as hooked as I am on it. So then I created this. This is my favorite costume. This Neil Adams blue and gray Batman costume.
That is the Neil Adams blue and gray. That's really cool.
And I love making the costumes. I've met a lot of friends. I get to see them here. This display of the Superman costumes is awesome. This is like the 10th time I've been down here over the weekend. So it's just fun. It's a blast.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's a total geek fest and I love it. And to know that DC has been around, and this is around World War II years, talking 75 years, and entertaining people with stories for all this time, I think it's really great. You never outgrow it.
Well, you take a look around and you can see how passionate people are about it. I've been coming to cons for 20 years. I've only been costuming for 3. But if you look around, it's almost 50-50. 50% of the people you see walking around are in costumes. You know, it's great. I love it. So, it's cool.
Thank you for your time.
Hey man, thank you. My pleasure.
Keep fighting crime.
Will do, citizen.
Daddy's gonna get Batman a fist.
BroadcastMyTalent. Tell me something. You can see what's going on here today with all this festivity and costumes. What brings you here? What turns you on about all this?
I'm a comic book guy. I'll say it with being proud. I'm a geek, I'm a nerd, and this is home for all of us. This is safety. In the outside world, on the internet, people say horrible things about, oh, you're geeks, you're nerds, the same people who paid $1 billion to go see Avengers. Well, guess what? This is home for us. This is where we're not weird today. We're normal today. We're safe here. No one can hurt us here. There's no bullies in here. We're all the same. We're all friends, and the energy is just awesome. I'm romanticizing a Comic-Con, but ask anybody, it's the same thing. We're all safe, we're all happy, we're all together, we're all enjoying each other, we're enjoying each other's costumes, we're taking pictures with each other, we're making deals, we're having fun. That's what this is.
It's a nice way to romanticize. I'm king of the geeks. I mean, you know, this is big stuff. It enables you, at least from my perspective, to forget about everything that hurts you on the outside. For 4 days.
There is no outside.
There is no outside. It's just here and our personal space in the universe, and it's really cool. I don't know about you, but I hope I'm here next year.
I never miss it.
Thank you for your time. Hey, we're here with Josh Blaylock from Devil's Due Entertainment, founder and president. Tell us how long you've been doing this, where you're trying to take the company, and basically what inspires you to get up every morning and grind this out.
Oh man, what inspires you is you have to have a neurosis where you're just compelled to do it, and you just don't want to do anything else so much that you got to get up and do this, and you got to make comics. But I started like 1996 actually, self-publishing black and white books. I went full-time in 2001. Got put on the map with like the release of G.I. Joe and Voltron and a bunch of licensed stuff. We did Family Guy. And then I actually shut down for a couple of years. I relaunched the company about a year ago, and now we've been really mostly creator-owned, driven books. We have a web series called Plume, which you can see all this stuff at devilsdue.net. And Plume's a Western fantasy. We have my own personal title, Mercy Sparx, which is about a devil girl that actually works for heaven. And her job is to hunt down angels that are quitting their jobs and going rogue.
That's a hell of a contradiction.
They use her to deal with the problem, like undercover. And then we have a new, really dark, gritty horror series, Tales of Mystery, which is by horror writer Dirk Manning. And that's actually on Kickstarter right now for the hardcover exclusive. And the trade paperback's going to be in stores, like a 120-plus page, like really dark, gritty horror story about a paranormal troubleshooter. And we have some other stuff we're cooking, in the works. I have a book I wrote called How to Self-Publish Comics, Not Just Create Them. and where I try to download everything from the past 15 years into there for people, and that's pretty much it. We're just organically growing, really taking advantage of all the new technology like crowdfunding and the digital distribution capabilities like Comixology, and blending that all with the old school ways of doing things, which getting into the comic book shops, getting into the bookstores, and I think that's the future of publishing and where it's going, and that's what we're trying to do.
Oddly enough, I was just about to ask you that. Having grown up on the newspaper and the comic book in the physical sense. Give us 1 second.
No, keep going.
Looking at this convention, and I don't see any lack for people wanting to read a physical comic book, but as you just mentioned, where do you think we're going to find that fine line between digital download and physically going to a comic book store and buying something and reading it?
I don't know, because comic books are different, because with books, like everyone reads books to some, and whereas comics is more exclusive and they're harder to get. Digital has made them easier to get, cheaper to try out. So I think what we're seeing is people are testing it out digitally, and if they like it, then they come and they buy the physical property. Eventually that'll probably level out, but by the time it levels out, comics is it's in a better place than it was before, So then we might, a couple of years after that, we might start to see some pattern of, some other change. But for now, comics are the best sales they've been in over 10 years, and digital. I'm all about digital. Literally, I think it's about giving everyone the options. I think you can put something online for free. You can sell a digital PDF or sell it through an app for a couple of dollars, and you can also sell the book, the print book. And it's more about how the person wants it. The money is less of an obstacle. Like if they want a print book, they're willing to pay for it. If they want to have it on their iPad, convenient to flip through, and they don't want to have to be online, then they'll buy it. They'll go to Comixology or something. And if there's some free stuff online for people to check out, that they're more likely to support it later. Like Plume is actually a webcomic, plumecomic.com, Plume. Kaylin Smith, she did it all herself. It has she's got over 1 million hits a month, and we wove that into a Kickstarter campaign while working on the store plan too, at the same time. And we raised money to fund the whole series that way, and now we're going to do more, and we're doing the trade paperback collection, and so she gave it away for free, and that worked. It's now it's for sale too.
Are you inspired to any degree by anime? Because the covers are really, really, really cool. Let's see a little anime in there. Is that
we're gonna get some shots of this stuff too later. This is
come over and get a shot of some of the table. This is pretty.
Kaylin Smith, she does everything herself. Writes it, draws it, colors it. I really think it's like a blend to me of a little bit of manga anime with like a Disney influence, which that's kind of actually Disney's where a lot of manga influence comes from in the first place. So and then Mercy Sparx is a little more, I guess what you call a mainstream style. Matt Merhoff does all of the artwork.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah. A lot of heaven and hell stuff with a lot of down to earth, gritty, settings. So, actually, let's get out of these guys. That's pretty much the gist of everything that we've got going on right now, and just growing from there.
I've tried something on Kickstarter once. It's a grind, and I wish you have a lot more success than I have, Josh.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your time, man.
Thank you.
BroadcastMyTalent.
DevilsDo.net. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. All that stuff. Check us out. Thank you.
Well, we're about to wrap things up here at the Jacob Javits Convention in New York City. We had a blast as always. Got a chance to meet a few very, very talented people, and found out some interesting stuff from some up-and-coming independents who we'll be following very closely. Thank you for tagging along. I'm Tony Arroyo for BMT. Have a good day.